family members of Engineer Thirpath Reddy garu, representatives of media, and ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am very happy and consider it a great honor to be amidst this August virtual gathering and extend a hearty welcome to the chief guest and today's speaker and all of you to Engineer M Thirpath Reddy 11th Endowment Lecture. I take this opportunity to say a few words about late Engineer Thirpath Reddy, the eminent engineer born in Warangal district. He obtained degree in civil engineering from Osmania Engineering College, Hyderabad in 1952. After graduation, late Sri Thirpath Reddy joined Hyderabad State PWD Department and was posted to Tungabhadra project where he served till the January 1956. Thereafter, he worked in Nagarjuna Sagar Dam from the year 1958 to 1961. He was responsible for completion of the prestigious Peddavagu Aqueduct of Sitarama Sagar project from the year 1968 to 1972, thereby contributing to the creation of irrigation facilities to the tune of 24,000 acres. This was very much appreciated by World Bank Engineers Association. He was sent to UK and United States of America for training in the design and installation of cableways in British Ropeway Engineering Company, London, and also in United States of America. Late Sri Thirpath Reddy undergone in training in United States of Russia in concrete design mix and other related subjects of dam engineering. After 26 years of ex-service with the government of Restwhale, Andhra Pradesh, he took voluntary retirement and took up foreign assignment as civil chief engineer in Zambia Electricity Supply Corporation and was in charge of Ije Judge Rocktail Dam and its surveillance on a tributary of Zambezi River till the year February 1983. Later, he joined SCW Constructions Limited. Now it is known as SU Infrastructure Limited as chief engineer in the year 1983. He was responsible for successful completion of several dams and barrages in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. Based on his achievements, he was elevated as a director and continued in his position with active professionalism. Sri M Thirpath Reddy has come up by dint of hard work with the commitment right from his school days. Sri M Thirpath Reddy has left for the abode in the February 10th, 2021, which was a sad day for all our engineering fraternity. Late Engineer M Thirpath Reddy Endowment Lecture is conducted since 2012. Telangana State Center of IEI presents certificates and medals to outstanding academic performance in securing the highest percentage marks in the 4 years course of Bachelor's of Engineering or Technology in Civil Engineering from three of the starting from JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, University College of Engineering, Osmania University, and National Institute of Technology, NIT Warangal, in the honor of the eminent engineer, Engineer M Thirpath Reddy garu, FIE, Superintending Engineer, retired Irrigation and CAD Department. This year also, we selected 3 students, Miss G. Yashoda, daughter of G. Bhaskar from JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Mr. Vanteru Akhil Reddy, son of Vanteru Narendra Reddy from University College of Engineering, Osmania University, and Miss Anamika P. Mali, daughter of Pramod Mali from National Institute of Technology, Warangal. I am glad to inform that the Telangana State Center of the Institution of Engineers, India has been regularly organizing 18 endowment lectures every year on the birthdays in the honor of eminent engineers like Engineer V. Subbarao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer M Thirpath Reddy, Endowment Lecture, Dr. J. Purushottam, Endowment Lecture, Engineer Koka Krishna Mohan Rao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer J. V. Subbarao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer T. Hanumantrao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer A. P. Ranganatha Swami, Endowment Lecture, Dr. S. Raghavachari, Endowment Lecture, Dr. Narla Tatarao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer Matur Gopal Rao, Endowment Lecture, Engineer Gurram Kotreddy, Endowment Lecture, Engineer Atluri Venkateshwar Rao, Endowment Lecture, Dr. John A. Murray, Endowment Lecture. This is to be started from this year onwards. Dr. N.B. R.L. Rao, Endowment Lecture, Engineers L. Venkatakrishna Iyer, K.V.S. Srinivas Rao, and M.L. Swami, Endowment Lecture, Dr. A. Ramakrishna, Endowment Lecture, and Engineer I. Basoraju, Endowment Lecture. And also, I am proud to inform all this August gathering that this year in April, we'll be starting a memorial lecture in the honor of our beloved late engineer G. Prabhakar, and the first president of our IEI. The endowment lectures are being delivered by people of high eminence with the considerable professional experience to throw light on important emerging topics of today's relevance. Today, Telangana State Center arranged Engineer M Thirpath Reddy 11th Endowment Lecture on scenario of post-handling over of Telugu States Irrigation projects to river management boards, an overview by our engineer M Shyam Prasad Reddy, FIE, Council Member IEI and General Secretary, Telangana Retired Engineers Association. I know you are all anxiously awaiting to hear his talk from the eminent speaker, and I shall limit myself and hope that you will enjoy his talk after, after the completion of my welcome talk. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf, I once again extend a hearty welcome to the chief guest, Dr. M. Satyanarayan Garu, FIE, Executive Director, HMW, SSB, and Speaker, Engineer M. Shyam Prasad Reddy, FIE, Council Member, IEI and General Secretary, TREA, and all of you to this important event. Before I request the convener, I would like to request Dr. Pramada, daughter of late Engineer Thirpath Reddy Garu, to present her views about her great father. Pramada Madam, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm extremely grateful for giving this opportunity to talk to all of you and be a part of this meeting. This meeting, it was so important to my father. Every year I used to remember when I wished him on his birthday, he said, today I have to go in the evening, meet all my, he never considered himself old. So he used to say, I have to meet all my fellow engineers who have contributed in the irrigation department and, for the well-being of the nation. And just last week, I remember I visited Srisailam Dam. That was very, very close to his heart. And as a child, I remember him getting up in the morning at 4 a.m. and learning. I think, I'm an electrical engineer, so I'm not really familiar with civil engineering terms, but I remember the ropeway or some, the new technology that was implemented to build Srisailam Dam. He was sent by the government of India, I think, to United States to learn that. And I was in high school then, and he was extremely happy, and he showed me when all the gateway. Hi. when all the gateways were open, there was not a single crack or something like that. That is how he explained to me. And I saw there was so much pride in in the work that he has done. And he came up in a very hard way from childhood. He's a self-made person. And I don't want to take a lot of anybody's time, but civil engineering, of Telangana meant a lot to him. And he worked extremely hard at this time, and then he went and joined SEW, and he worked another 30 years there. But behind everything he has done, he gave a lot of importance to, he was very progressive in thinking new methods of, building dams. And then he would go to whichever place he visited, he would go and see the best dams that how they are built, whether it be China, whether it be United States or Europe, wherever he traveled. And then he wanted, he loved the land and the water, I think, and he built dams. And I think that helped a lot of people, extremely hardworking. And he wanted to reward, anybody who studied very hard. So in that manner, he chose the engineering students, every year. And he used to be extremely proud, to give them the medal. And I think his legacy continues. And I'm hoping that all of you all are very eminent engineers. And then I think Sri Vishweshwaraya was his role model. And this is all I remember about him. So 1 year ago, when he passed away on February 10th, I'm again grateful that his legacy lives on, and for people, to remember him. And to learn from that, if anything, to contribute to the nation, to the state. I think he was instrumental in providing Manjira water in record time. I remember a few things. And then Srishalam Dam, and then he worked a lot in Madhya Pradesh. And I believe the last I remember, I traveled with him to Sikkim, and then he worked in some power projects there. So all in all, very, very, I felt that today, as I'm remembering my father, I feel in Telugu, actually, as I'm learning, you're born with a purpose and a reason. I think he came to this world to provide, water to a lot of, farmers, and that job was done, and then he left. So and so that's all. I just, I'm again grateful to the Institute of Engineers for, remembering him, and then all the young kids who have worked very hard, and then, are toppers of universities. And thanks to the chairman, I think Mr. Brahma Reddy, who I get emotional when I remember my father, but, I'm extremely grateful to the speakers from the Institute of Engineers who have actually got hold of me, sent me the link, and gave me the opportunity to join in the Zoom meeting. Thanks all. And then, with that, I'll just listen in to what everybody has to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pramada Madam, for your nice words and remembering your great father. Also enlightening us about some of his great achievement, though we know only few because we are new to the him. But really hats off to him, and such a nice daughter for having. And thank you, Madam. I welcome Engineer P. Ramireddy Garu kindly to introduce our respected speaker of the day before his talk is started. Thank you, sir. I hand over to Ramireddy Garu.
Good afternoon, all. Dr. Pramada, if you recall, we honored Thirpath Reddy Saab during our Usmania University centenary celebration, and he was very, you remember that was a grand occasion where he was honored by the vice chancellors and all the ex-teachers and all that. And many of them said that they were not even born when he graduated. Right. That was the thing. Exactly. Well, anyway, he was a very motivating force for all of us. We remember him as a hardworking person. Really, we are proud of you and all your family, ma'am. Okay, now coming back to the subject, I have been entrusted with a very difficult task of introducing a close friend of mine Mereddy Engineer Mereddy Shyam Prasad Reddy garu. It is very difficult to abridge his resume. I have been provided with hardly 6 lines. I don't think it is so voluminous to speak about him. Well, anyway, I will only give what all has been given to me. But I consider it as a privilege to introduce Engineer Mereddy Shyam Prasad Reddy. He is an Osmanian, 1974 batch, and it is his master's from IIT Roorkee. And he got training from USA. He was there. And his main life motive is real happiness lies in making others happy. And for this, he had really lived on that. He has served as assistant executive engineer in the irrigation department for 31 long years. And to his credit, the commissioning of the first largest lift irrigation scheme in Southeast Asia, AMRP, was grounded by him, was successfully commissioned. And grounding of SLBC tunnel, Udaya Samudram, Kalakurti lift irrigation scheme and all that. There is unending this thing. And is the founder of Telangana Retired Association and is presently the General Secretary, is a motivating force for it. He has the vital role in formulation of Palmur Rangareddy, Dindi lift schemes and Kaleshwaram re-engineering. He was chairman for Water Management Forum and intensively traveled in many of the states, Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to promote rain harvesting and millet consumption and cultivation. And is advisor to many of the associations, including our Telangana Assistant Executive Engineer Association, Hyderabad Association, and the Telangana Engineers Chat. He is a recipient of Engineering Excellence of the Institution of Engineers and Best District Officer from Nalgonda. Above all, he achieved love and affection from the farmers, engineering fraternity, and society at large. He is presently the council member of the Institution of Engineers and General Secretary of the Telangana Transition. We all know he is known all over. Now, I welcome Engineer Mereddy Shyam Prasad Reddy garu to please give his presentation. Over to Mereddy Shyam Prasad Reddy garu.
Okay. Okay. Good evening to all. At the outset, let me say thanks to my friend Pattola Ramreddy for introducing me in a big way. Anyhow, I am very much happy, Ramu, for your kind words on me. And today is the 11th endowment lecture of late engineer M Thirpath Reddy garu. I think my association with Thirpath Reddy goes from 2005, when I was in charge of SLBC tunnel, the longest irrigation tunnel in the world with the tunnel boring machine. And he was in CU company as a director, and he contacted me in 2005. I used to hear his name since my joining in the department as a hardcore engineer, hardcore honest engineer, and in that way. And we used to hear so many stories about M Thirpath Reddy garu, but physically I met him in 2005 during the introductory sessions of this pre-bid meetings of SLBC tunnel. And afterwards, he used to call me whenever there is any problem or any issues there in the department, or in that way for inquiring purpose also he used to contact me. And moreover, I used to attend every endowment lecture of Thirpath Reddy garu. He used to call me a day before and ask me to certainly you have to attend the meeting. In that way, he really is a gem of an engineer and really a lovely son of Telangana. Really, he is a class of honest engineers of KV Srinivas Rao and in that category. And really, I'm very happy to speak on his endowment on his birthday. Today is Jayanti. Really, we lost him last year. 10th February. He born on 4th February and he left us on 10th February. Really. And moreover, his daughter, we met her during the 11th day function of Thirpath Reddy Garu. And
Yes,
really,
yes, Shyam.
really, Pramada, you have got very attachment with your father. The way you have spoken, really, very deeply you have attached with your father. The way that when he was on bed, we have met him just a couple of days before he left us. You are weeping. You are weeping on that day, really. Anyhow, you are very lucky in having such a legendary figure, legendary engineer as your father. Okay, friends, I have chosen this topic for today's program. That is scenario of post handing over of Telugu States irrigation projects to river management boards, that is KRMB and GRMB. And you see, after the in the AP Reorganization Act, you see, there was a provision to have KRMB and GRMB, Krishna River Management Board and Godavari River Management Boards. Actually, there is no scope, there is no need of any GRMB. Actually, no problem for water and no disputes between two states of Telangana and Andhra. Unnecessary government has what you call pressed upon having even GRMB also, in spite of our reluctance. Somehow Krishna is having some problems with water disputes are there, and there are so many tribunals, one after the other, and they could not solve the problem of Telangana, especially Telangana issue. Anyhow, but in the Division Act, there is a provision for KRMB, JRMB, that too with a provision to have the jurisdiction of the KRMB, GRMB with the full powers. And you see, the KRMB and GRMB are supposed to monitor the allocated waters allocated by the respective tribunals. For Krishna, we have got the Bachavat Award Tribunal, which was given 1976. Afterwards, we have this Brijesh Kumar Tribunal. Brijesh Kumar Tribunal also has given its award, but it has been stayed by the Supreme Court. Because Dadin combined Andhra Pradesh government, it has approached the Supreme Court not to implement it. They have gone to for a stay on the Brijesh. You see, it has stayed the order and from Gazette publication of the award. Still, it is the status. That means till now, Brijesh Tribunal, though it has given its what you call award in 2013, still it is not in functional. We are having only the Brijesh only. At the juncture, Gazette notification in regard to the jurisdiction of the boards, that we cannot understand, because especially for Krishna, we don't have any project-wise allocations. You see, let me go as per the slides. The Union Government of Jal Shakti Department of Water Resources issued a notification from July 15, 2021, which will have very serious implications for the two Telugu states jurisdiction of KRMB and GRMB. As per the schedule, on January 15, 2022, the state governments of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh will lose complete control over the irrigation projects and Krishna and Godavari. Both the states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, having projects on Krishna and Godavari, will be losing their rights. Completely, central government will take over the projects. Summarily, the center will take over the valuable assets of all the projects and left the states with all liabilities, which include thousands of crores of rupees worth loans taken from different banks. They are not, they are taking only the projects to monitor the things. All the engineers working under these projects will be under the control of the Krishna River River Management Board only, and Godavari River Management Boards only. And in further, the Gazette notification, it clearly says, as per the Gazette notification, which was issued on 15th July 2021 by the central government, in regard to the jurisdiction of KRMB and GRMB, works of all the unapproved ongoing projects on Krishna and Godavari should be stopped immediately. That means, especially on Krishna, we are having so many projects, ongoing projects, which have not been cleared by the CWC. Such projects have to be stopped immediately, and all the relevant approvals have to be obtained within 6 months from the date of publication of Gazette notification. You see, Gazette notification was issued on 15th July 2021. That means 6 months from the Gazette notification means by 15th January, we have to obtain all the relevant approvals from the CWC. There will be 17 divisions in the CWC for getting approval. In addition, this environmental clearance, forest clearance also. You see, for distribution of water among two states, the tribunal has taken so far 7 years. It has not done. And for simply distribution of water, which was already allocated to the United Andhra Pradesh, the Brajesh Tribunal is still on working out the allocations. It has not finalized the allocations between the two states after 7.5 years. You see, and they are issued a Gazette notification to get the all approvals within 6 months. It is very much ridiculous. Similarly, in case of completed unapproved projects, suppose you see, as per the Bachavat award, AP was as the right to utilize the surplus water, flood water, and we can construct some projects based on those surplus and flood water. We have taken up some projects in Telangana, Andhra, especially in Telangana. This is Nettampadu and Kalvakurti and SLBC and Koil Sagar. And in Andhra Pradesh, they have taken up some projects like Veligunda project and Handri Niva, Galer Nagari, so much and so on. And even Teluganga was taken up in that fashion. Therefore, these are the projects which have been taken up in view of the right of utilizing the surplus water as per the Bachavat Tribunal. Therefore, you see, right now, AMRP lift irrigation scheme, it was commissioned in 2001 and completely commissioned in 2004. It is supplying irrigation water to 3 lakh acres in Nalgonda, and nearly 1,000 villages. It is giving drinking water in Nalgonda district, and in addition, it is giving 70% of Hyderabad drinking water is we are getting from the Krishna only, from the AMRP only. Suppose it is already commissioned project. For commissioned project, what the Gazette notification says, that the commission project should get all the approvals within 6 months. Suppose we could not get within 6 months, means we have the project will cease to operate. That means they will stop the functioning of the project. See how devastation is going to be occurred once the jurisdiction Gazette notification comes into play, effect. Besides, all the 107 irrigation project components functional in Telangana will be taken over by the center through boards. Now all the canals, barrages, head regulators, lift irrigation units, power generation stations, lock, stock, barrel will go under the control of the center. You see, for what purpose we have this Division Act recommended for KRMB, GRMB. What is the main purpose of KRMB, GRMB? Only to stop the ongoing projects and stall the functioning of the already commissioned projects. It appears like that only. Thus, the notification in the name of prescribing jurisdiction of the Krishna and Godavari river management boards relieved the states from all their powers and jurisdiction and handed over them to the boards. It attached the criticism that the center has usurped all the powers of the state governments for all the irrigation project components, 35 on Krishna Basin and 71 Godavari, with reference to all functions. Really, we have to surrender everything in regard to the Krishna and Godavari projects to the boards, that is indirectly to the center. Thus, the notification in the name of prescribing jurisdiction of the Krishna and Godavari river management boards relieved the states from all the powers. Repeated. Okay. Further, the states are directed to deposit funds of 400 crores, that means 200 each. 200 only, 200 crores each board. 400 crores to each boards as seed money. As seed money, the two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, has to deposit 400 crores, 200 for Krishna Basin, Krishna board, and 200 crores to Godavari board as seed money to enable them to discharge functions effectively. And the states were told to deposit required funds additionally within 15 days of the demands by the boards. States have to view their money, staff, assets, projects, operational powers, and control over all the projects in which they invested lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees since long time. All powers to center and all responsibilities or liabilities are thrust on the heads of the states. Friends, see the Gazette notification. You see, they will be taking over all the projects and assets right from what he called every mobile vehicle and every even all furniture also will be entrusted to them only. In that is the plight of this Gazette notification. And I have gathered some information regarding the position of unapproved ongoing projects. You see, in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, we have got some unapproved. Unapproved means no clearance from the CWC for an hydrological clearance, no hydrological clearance. You see, in Krishna, we don't have any, as per the Bachavat, all the 811 TMC have been distributed among these two states, and no new, what you call, water is available for any new project. Assured water means 70% dependability, we call it assured water. Only surplus water and only flood water is available, and on that flood water only we have proposed so many projects. As per the Bachavat, we have proposed the project. Now this Gazette notification says unapproved ongoing projects. What are they? In Telangana, we are having Palamur Rangareddy lift irrigation scheme. Its contemplated ICT is 12.3 lakh acres and cost of the project is 35.200. It may be revised to 50 as per the present date. And so far expenditure is 17,771 crores, and land acquisition, total land to be acquired is 27,338, and so far acquired is 25,981 acres. This is the scenario of Palamur Rangareddy, which is having which has to irrigate in 3 districts, that is old Palamur, that is Mahbubnagar, and Rangareddy and Nalgonda. Nearly 7 lakh acres in Mahbubnagar, 5 lakh acres in Rangareddy, and 30,000.3 lakh acres in Nalgonda. And the second project is Sri Ramaraju Vidyasagar Rao Dindi lift irrigation scheme. This is contemplated activity is 3.61 lakh acres, and cost of the project is about 6,190 crores, and so far we have spent 2,100 crores. The total land acquisition to be acquired is 16,345, and so far we acquired 8,841 acres. And this is exclusively, most of the Ayakat is in Nalgonda, that too in fluoride affected areas of Munugodu and Devarkonda areas. You see, this project is not an ordinary irrigation project. It is, you see, it is in because we have provided safe drinking water to all the villages. By providing safe drinking water, we could solve only 10% of the problem of the fluorosis. That's excessive fluorine content in the groundwater. If we are below 100 feet, if you drill any bore which is more than 100 feet, we will be getting only fluorine from that water. You see, that is the reason so many lakhs of people have crippled in Munugodu and Devarkonda areas. And by providing safe drinking water, we could solve only 10%. You see, the experts said, especially Dr. Raja Reddy, he was a former director of NIMS. He said we could solve this problem only by providing safe irrigation water. Therefore, this Dindi lift scheme was contemplated to eradicate fluorosis from that area. Therefore, it is not an ordinary irrigation project. It is an engineering solution to health issue. That's why this Dindi project was contemplated, and it was our state government, Telangana state government has taken up it in 2015. And this is the scenario at present of that project. Next, Srisailam left bank tunnel, SLBC tunnel scheme. You see, it was contemplated in 2005, and I was in charge of that project in the initial stage. And really, it is the only last hope of getting gravity water from Krishna through a 44-kilometer tunnel, 10 meters dia tunnel. It will be the longest irrigation tunnel by tunnel boring machines. You see, we have completed nearly 34 kilometers so far by engaging 2 TBMs from either side. Now only 10 kilometers length is left over. You see, now it is ongoing unapproved project as per the as per the CWC and Gazette notification. Therefore, we have already spent its cost of project is 3,076 crores. We already spent 2,347 crores, and total land acquisition is 3,500. Almost we have acquired 3,000 acres. This is scenario of SLBC tunnel. Last one is the Uday Samudram lift scheme from Nalgonda, near Nalgonda town. There is one Uday Samudram tank constructed by Kakatiyas. From there, we have proposed one lift scheme to irrigate about 1 lakh acres in the drought prone and fluoride affected areas of Nalgonda and Munugodu areas. In that way, Uday Samudram lift scheme having 1 lakh acres Ayakat. And so far its estimate is 678 crores, and so far we have spent 410 crores, and we have acquired 1,510 out of 3,851 acres. The last one is Sitarama lift irrigation scheme on Godavari. Because we have included it as it is an unapproved ongoing project. Though in Sitarama lift irrigation scheme project, actually earlier it was it was having 2 schemes. One is Rajiv and another is Indirama. Both lift schemes have been clubbed together and named it as Sitarama lift irrigation scheme. It originates from Bhadrachalam, and it is a really lifeline of Khammam district. Contemplated Ayakat is 6.74 lakh acres. And the cost of project is 13,058 crores, and so far expenditure is 5,781 crores. Out of 18,517 acres to be acquired, so far 4,540 acres have been acquired. That means so far the position of unapproved ongoing projects that is nearly contemplated ICAT is 26.25 lakh acres, and cost of the project is about 58,202 crores, out of which we have spent nearly 28,409 crores, and land acquisition to be acquired is about 70,000 crores, and we have acquired so far nearly 44,000 crores. This is the scenario of unapproved ongoing projects, which have to be get all the approvals from center, CWC and environment clearances by 15th January 2022. Otherwise, these projects will not be given permission to resume the works. That is the thing. And in Andhra also, under this category, we will be having this one project that is Pula Subbaya Veligonda project. It is about 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs acres ICAT, and it is having 18 kilometers twin tunnels of TBM, tunnel boring machines only. It is ongoing unapproved project. Therefore, it has to be stopped immediately as per the Gazette notification. And that is the only. I am not going for this Rayalaseema lift scheme. It is in the preliminary stage. And next categories unapproved commission projects. You see, already as per the Bachawat tribunal, we have planned some projects, and some of them have been commissioned also. Commissioned of them is Nettampadu lift irrigation scheme, Jawahar Nettampadu lift irrigation scheme. Contemplated ICAT is 2 lakh acres. Created ICAT is 1.42 lakh acres. Cost of the project is 2548 crores, 2,548 crores. So far, we have spent nearly 2,306 crores. Land acquisition to be total land acquisition to be acquired is 24,742. So far, we acquired almost 24,130 acres. This is in Mahbub Nagar, in Gadwal district now, combined in Mahbub Nagar, now the present Gadwal district. It is having 2 lakh acres. You see, that is this Nettampadu is between Krishna and Tungabhadra river. Though the area is between Tungabhadra and Krishna, they were not having any irrigation facilities. Therefore, the then governments have taken up this project, and this has been completed recently. And because on Krishna, we don't have any what do you call assured water. Therefore, this project so far could not get any approvals from the CWC, hydrological approvals. Therefore, this project has to, by January 15th, it has to be stopped of its function. The second one is Koil Sagar. It is also from Mahbub Nagar, old Mahbub Nagar. It is already, it was having a old project, and it has been increased its capacity from 0.2 to 0.5 lakh acres. And so far, 5 out of 567 crores, 460 crores have been spent, and even land acquisition also almost out of 3,424, we have acquired nearly 3,026 acres. This is scenario of Koil Sagar. And this is Kalvakurti lift irrigation scheme. It is also from combined Mahbub Nagar. Now presently it is irrigating in Nagar Karnool district and Kalvakurti district mostly, and some parts of Vanaparthi district. And you see this originally it was for 2.5 lakh acres only. During Satya Reddy's time, he has increased the project ICAT from 2.5 to really almost 1 lakh acres. He has added to the project ICAT. Really, Mahbub Nagar people should be thankful to Satya Reddy Garu. And he got the approvals from the government also for this one. After Telangana government, Telangana government has allocated the sufficient water also to it. That is, contemplated ICAT is about 4.38 lakh acres, and there so far 3.1 lakh acres have been created. The ICAT created, and cost of the project is about 5,181 crores, out of which nearly 3,560 crores have been spent. And out of 22,283 acres to be acquired, we are there. So far, 19,432 acres have been acquired. You see, the last one is AMRP lift irrigation scheme. This lift irrigation scheme, including low-level canal, it is having two lifts, high-level canal and low-level canal. You see, of the two, the total contemplated ICAT is 3 lakh acres, and this lift, what friend Ram Reddy was mentioning, I have worked in this project for 20 years, right from survey to commissioning, and this was the first of its kind in Southeast Asia. It is a 100 meters lift, single stage lift with 4 motors of 18 megawatts, and each pump capacity is of delivery capacity is of 600 cusecs. And ICAT for high level canal, it was 2.2 lakh acres, low level canal, it is 0.0 lakh acres. That is totaling to 3 lakh acres. And moreover, so far 2.65 lakh acres have been, the ICAT has been created. Now, the total project cost, because it is only single stage, therefore the very low cost is 2,500 crores, out of which 2,400 crores have been spent. Out of 22,000 acres to be acquired, nearly 21,000 acres have been acquired. That is the total. Here, abstract of unapproved commission projects means the total contemplated ICAT is about 9.88 lakh acres, out of which 7.53 lakh acres have been now the functional. That is, we are the irrigation is going on in 7.53 lakh acres, and the cost of the project is about total cost of 10,796 crores, of which 8,734 crores have been spent. And so far land acquisition, we have acquired nearly 67,588 out of 72,449. This is the scenario of unapproved. And in the Andhra projects, you could see the Telugu, and which is some really 5 lakh acres ICAT is there for Telugu, and Handriniva, nearly 5 lakh acres, 6 lakh acres in Handriniva, and Galeru Nagari, another 4 lakh acres for Galeru Nagari. All these are unapproved commissioned projects. These are unapproved commissioned projects. Therefore, they have to be stopped with effect from 15th January 2022 as per the Gazette notification. You see, and let me share the abstract of unapproved and ongoing commission projects. You see, in Telangana, unapproved ongoing projects, total contemplated IC is about 26.65, of which cost of the projects is 58,202, and so far expenditure is 28,409, and land acquired is about 43,877 out of 69,551 acres. And the second category is unapproved commissioned projects, that is 9.88 lakh acres, this contemplated ICAT, of which 7.53 lakh acres are receiving irrigation water now. And the cost of the projects is 10,796 crores, and so far expenditure is 8,734 crores, and land acquisition is about 67,588 acres out of 72,499. Therefore, the total is about, the total contemplated ICAT is about 36.53 lakh acres in Telangana under these two categories, of which 7.53 lakh acres we have already, we have created irrigation facility to 7.53 lakh acres, and the total cost of the projects is about 68,998. That means nearly 69,000 crores, of which we have spent 37,143 crores so far. That means land acquisition. We acquired 1 lakh, it must be 1.11 lakh acres we have acquired out of 1.42 lakh acres. This is the scenario of unapproved, ongoing and unapproved commission projects scenario. Friends, once the next. Thus, the disaster could be damn clear and present being a serious consequences of the Gazette notification, which can be fortified with the following baffling facts. That is, around 8 lakh acres of Ayakat will be deprived of irrigation water. There will be no drinking water to undivided districts of Mahbubnagar, Nalgonda and Rangareddy. And if the projects are stopped as mandated by the Gazette notification. You see, for recently through this Mission Bhagiratha, these districts are receiving water from Krishna only, especially from Mahbubnagar, that is from Narlapur near Yellur Reservoir, and for Nalgonda from Akkampalli Reservoir. Therefore, for once these what do you call these projects are stopped or stalled, we will not be getting drinking water also for 3 districts, not only for 3 districts. The capital city of Hyderabad, which means nearly half of Telangana, will not be getting drinking water for 70%. You see, 30% we may receive from other sources, but 70% we are receiving from the Krishna only. Therefore, 70% of people of Hyderabad will not be getting drinking water once the Gazette notification comes into force. And the government, which has spent nearly 37,143 crores on these projects, had no means of recovering any part of it or utilizing it for further prospects in agriculture from this huge amount of public money. The center has no authority to deprive nearly 3.5 crores people of Telangana through this kind of authoritarian order. The government of Telangana will be in a very big crisis for not making use of around 1 lakh acres of land acquired for the canals, reservoirs, which become unbearable burden on the new state. You see, once the Gazette notification comes into force, we have to, they will stall all the ongoing, unapproved ongoing projects and unapproved commission projects. And this will be the scenario once they stop all the projects. The government of Telangana has to pay back loans with interest without using the water from these projects for productive agriculture purposes because of upsurging of the projects by the center through this Gazette notification. Really horrible situation will thrust upon us once the Gazette notification comes into effect. Then what has to be done? These are my humble recommendations. Center government has to stall the Gazette notification of jurisdiction of KRMA, GRMB immediately. It has to stop. It has to stall the functioning of the Gazette notification. Then what it has to do? Central government should constitute a tribunal on Krishna for project-wise allocation of water. You see, unless project-wise allocation water is done by the tribunal, this KRMB cannot function at all because it cannot allocate any single TMC water, single drop of water. It has to monitor the allocated water allocated by the tribunal or mutual understanding of the 2 states, either of the case. Suppose Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, they will come together and they will decide some what do you call some solution for this temporary or for some time being allocation water. That has to be monitored by the tribunals or else monitored by these boards. Otherwise, the boards have to act as per the tribunal allocations. So far, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh not having separate allocations or state-wise or project-wise. This is the scenario. In this scenario, KRMB cannot function. This was brought to the notice of the central government, the chairman of the Apex Council by the Chief Minister of Telangana. in spite of this also, center said we have got power, therefore we are going to issue the gazette notification. Unfortunately, Andhra Pradesh government has welcomed it. Now it is suffering. Now it is also not cooperating. But at that time, both the states are on a single word. The center could not issue the gazette notification. And afterwards, after project-wise allocation only, KRMB can monitor the water management. You see, this is very clear, I say. Therefore, now the Telangana government is already represented several times the center to appoint a constituent tribunal to allocate water project-wise. That because for this purpose, Telangana has withdrawn the case from the Supreme Court also, as per the suggestion of the central minister. Telangana government already withdrawn, and so far the central government has not constituted any tribunal. Therefore, immediately central government has to constitute a tribunal to allocate the water among the two states as per the project-wise allocations. Then only KRMB can function with some directions. Otherwise, there is no any direction for the KRMB in the present stage. Therefore, simply we wanted to have this 299,512. That is totally illogical, and there is no sanctity for it, for those figures. Therefore, my total recommendation, my humble request to the central government is to constitute a tribunal immediately to solve this problem and stall the functioning of the gazette notification. You see, unless until Telangana and Andhra Pradesh get some water for the extra water, that as per the even the surplus water has to be distributed, then only they can go for any approvals to the already contemplated projects, already ongoing projects. Otherwise, both these states will be deprived of getting any projects approval. But in the case of Godavari, there is no such problem. Abundant water is available in Godavari, no disputes between the two states. Therefore, actually, Godavari doesn't require any river management board. Therefore, in my opinion, there is no need of any river management board for Godavari. Only for Krishna, it is required. And moreover, it will function only after the tribunal award, which central government has to constitute immediately. Therefore, these are my humble recommendations. Therefore, two states, they have to come together and impress upon the central government to go for a tribunal and other things, and to stall the jurisdiction, the gazette notification of jurisdiction of the KRM and the GRMB. These are my findings after going through the gazette notification and other things, recent publications. Friends, thank you for giving a patient hearing of my what do you call it, perception of the Krishna and gazette notification in regard to Krishna River. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Shyam Prasad Reddy garu, for your excellent explanation of the scenario of post-handing over of Telugu States Irrigation projects to the river management boards. And really, sir, you have explained very nicely and about Bachawat award and Krishna Water Board, what is their policy, and handing over all the consequences of the gazette notification if it is being put into force, and unapproved and ongoing and commissioned projects. And also you have given recommendations, a nice recommendation how the state government should mutually, to benefit themselves, should project these recommendations to the central government. And really is a wonderful speech and talk in the memory of our eminent and legendary engineer Tirupati Reddy garu. I really thank you, sir. May I request now Engineer Ramireddy garu to kindly introduce our chief guest of the day, Dr. M Satyanarayan sir, FIE Executive Director, HMWSSB.
Yeah, thank you, Brahma Reddy sir, Chairman Garu. Yeah, as Engineer Reddy, Shyam Prasad Reddy has really predicted a very grave situation indeed. We hope better and good sense prevails to the center and they act quickly because time is of the essence here. Well, anyway, going to the next this thing, I am deeply honored today to introduce a very vibrant and a perfect team man, and is a perfect son of the soil, Dr. M Satyanarayan sir. Please welcome him. He was born on 26th of July 1958. He is an Usmanian and also M.Tech structures, and he did his IIT from Mumbai. He obtained his doctorate also, and he has undergone training, public utility course in Australia and Sweden. He worked as deputy executive engineer in various capacities as executive engineer, superintendent engineer, chief engineer, right from 1987 to 2007. And all his services have been in the public health and municipal engineering department, and also as chief engineer from 2004 to 2007. And he had been the engineering chief and director engineering HMWSSB from 2007 to 2014. Presently, he is rendering yeoman service as an executive director HMWSSB since 2014 onwards. And he had been a very, very successful and very vibrant engineer. Kindly welcome, put your hands together and welcome Dr. M Satyanarayan garu. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ramred Sab, for kind words used to me. And good evening to all. When the authority on the subject itself is a speaker of today's lecture, the speaker, to be associated as the chief guest to any person is a great pride. Shyam Prasad Reddy Sahab is really the great pride to me to be on your authority lecture just as a chief guest. But it's a customary Brahma Reddy garu, the chairman IEI has requested me to be, sir, some formal way is a customary. Please kindly be accepted to be as a chief guest. Then I really felt very honored, sir. Now to be again a bit customary, very good evening to all, sir. Respected chairman IEI TSC, Engineer Brahmananda Reddy garu, respected chairman RDF IEI TSC, Sri P. Ram Reddy garu, respected Anagaru, council member IEI and General Secretary TREA, and today's speaker, a most renowned engineer, Engineer M Shyam Prasad Reddy garu, Honorary Secretary IEI TSC, Dr. Venkata Subbaya garu, and family members of late Engineer Tirupati Reddy garu, his Dr. Pramda garu, and distinguished friends here, Professor Nayak and Venkatesham and many other Kondalrao and all other distinguished participants and friends, ladies and gentlemen, who are all on this thing. So it is really, it's a very, very apt and relevant topic on this endowment lecture, what the IEA is organized today. That, you know, the center and more in the recent couple of days also, how the things are taking place. We have been hearing it. When this Gazette Jal Shakti Mission has published this Gazette notification, there were more and more voices, and again, Shyam Sundar Reddy garu on many forums, he has, elucidated this to many of us, and again, he has the same thing. So how really the very first word what he has used, how the serious implications on the very first slide, the serious implications about this Gazette notification on both the Andhra and Telangana states, how it will be there. And he has narrated so many things very, very clearly. Whatever in the Gazette is there, in a very lucid way, he has narrated. Coming to again this particular drinking water supply, how ridiculous we can say the government of India when this even approved and commissioned projects functioning also, if they take over. So really the drinking water supply to the capital cities and the 3 districts, what he has said, but it is going to be stopped. Really, we can say it is a ridiculous and mindless acts on the part of whatever it is. Let's not blame particularly as a government of India, but the Gazette, when they work out on this thing, is they have to have proper thinking. And even in my personal opinion also, normally always any board, this whether Godavari Drinking Board or Krishna Drinking Board, this board functioning will be more of little academic oriented and theoretical oriented, cannot be like a departmental engineers who are in the field. On the same lines, they cannot think. Therefore, any project management by the board management, river board management will have the engineers from
Mahesh. Mahesh. Sir, voice going to Mahesh. Sir, unmute jay.
Yes, I got it, sir. I got it. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible. Please go ahead.
So this way, our department. See, when the last the 75 years over, when we have the projects with us, very ably we are managing the projects. Our HOD, whatever, on single command point, when we were managing our own projects very well and successfully. So then there is no need again at the other level body to come and manage this thing. The management instance here, what exactly? One is the regulation of the reservoir, and the second part is the routine maintenance of the thing. So routine maintenance always, the local people and local engineers. Then here it will be the better, more of cost economics will work out. Of course, the reservoir operation when it comes.
Mahesh. Check చేయదా సార్ ఏదో నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉన్నట్టు.
అవును సార్, సార్ దగ్గర వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఇంటర్నెట్ స్టేబుల్ లేనట్టుంది సార్.
అదే నెట్ స్టేబుల్ అయినట్టుంది. ఒకసారి ఫోన్ లో మాట్లాడు.
ఓకే సార్. సార్, సార్ రీకనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నారు సార్, ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది.
అవుతున్నారా?
అవును సార్.
ఆయన మొబైల్లో ఉన్నాడా సిస్టంలో ఉన్నాడు? మరి మొబైల్లో కూడా పెట్టలేదు. లేదంటే కంటిన్యూ ప్రోగ్రామ్. Sorry, sir. I think there is some interruption in the net of our chief guest, Dr. M Satyanarayana garu. So kindly we'll wait for another 3-4 minutes to start the program, sir.
Hello, Ramared sir.
Sir.
Right. Okay, sir. Just I came on mobile and I have also finished my
Yeah, sir. You can come on mobile, sir. If the system is having problem.
Now I'm on mobile, sir. Now I'm on mobile.
Okay.
And almost I have finished it, sir. Now the last words is only that, you know, I thank the chairman IEI for giving me this opportunity on this occasion, sir. Thank you one and all. Thank you, sir. Mine is over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the excellent address by you.
Yes.
As a tribute to our legendary great engineer of Thirpath Reddy garu. So there are 3 students, as I announced earlier also during my opening speech. Out of that, 2 students have physically come here. I think G. Yashoda and Akhil Reddy. So we have certificates here. I take liberty on behalf of the chief guest, with due respect to the chief guest and the Dr. Pramoda, daughter of the Thirpath Reddy sir. So it will be great honor and pleasure for me.
Kindly proceed, sir. Kindly proceed.
Present the medal and certificate to the outstanding students for their excellence in the 4-year engineering graduation of JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Miss G. Yashoda, and University College of Engineering, OU, Mr. V. Akhil Reddy, and Anamika P. Mali, NIT of Warangal. In few minutes, sir, will present, and I think you can put the screen. Share. This thing. Honorary Secretary garu, Ramreddy garu, andaru ikkade unnara. Sir, I request Honorary Secretary, our Engineer T. Venkatesham garu, Ramreddy garu, and both the Mr. Akhil Reddy and G. Yashoda. So only Anamika Mali has not turned up. I think she is from Warangal, and as we have given short notice. On behalf of the chief guest and the daughter of Thirpath Reddy garu, Dr. Pramoda, and on behalf of the Telangana State Center and the speaker of today, Dr. Shyam Prasad Reddy garu, our council members and our joint honorary secretary and honorary secretary. So I take liberty and welcome G. Yashoda.
Both of you come.
So this is a medal for you. You can put.
సార్ చైర్మన్ సార్ అది మీరు బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ తీసేయండి సార్. చైర్మన్ సార్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ తీసేస్తే అందరు కనిపిస్తారు సార్. అంటే ఆ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఓన్లీ 1 ఫేసే తీసుకుంటది అనమాట. ఒకటే ఫేస్ తీసుకుంటది సార్, మిగతా ఫేసులు తీసుకోదు. ఎస్ సార్. నౌ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ తీసేయండి సార్.
బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ తీసేస్తే వెనకాల
ఎస్ సార్. మహేష్ దాంట్లో వస్తుంది.
Very good. Very good. This is Miss G. Yashoda from JNU College of Engineering, Hyderabad. So please come have a hand here, sir. Getting our certificate in the memory of our legendary great engineer Thirpath Reddy garu.
వాడు సంతకం పెట్టండి వేస్తుంది. మరి స్క్రూటినీ ఉండదా? ఎక్కడ ఇండిపెండెంట్ గా స్క్రూటినీ చేయాలి కదా. అది చెప్తున్నా అట్లనే దొరగారు కూడా ఇచ్చాడు. ఆయనకి వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరు ఉన్నారు. అదే
legendary engineer.
And our request is please become member of this.
Congratulations immediately. Great, sir.
Both great and Usmania scholars.
She can become
father might not have been born when he graduated. He graduated in 1952. Know that?
సార్ డ్రైవింగ్ లో ఉన్నాడు ఇక్కడ.
take the application.
I request Ontaru Akhil Reddy, please come here.
Medal.
So medal Thirpath Reddy on behalf of the Thirpath Reddy sir tribute. The medal is being given to Akhil Reddy, University College of Engineering, Usmania University.
Congratulations, Akhil. Congratulations, Mr. Ontario Akhil. Congratulations. Usmania
Merit for his outstanding schooling in the BTech radiation and civil engineering.
Congratulations.
What else?
Grades 9.23.
మీ ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్ ఎవరైనా వచ్చారా? వచ్చారమ్మా ప్లీజ్ రండి. మీరు మదరా ప్లీజ్ కమ్. మీ అబ్బాయి దగ్గర రండి. అలాగే పాప నువ్వు కూడా నీకు ఎవరైనా ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ ఉంటే తీసుకురండి. తర్వాత ఒక ఫోటో తీసుకుని మీ సెల్ లో ఫోటో కూడా తీసుకుందా ఇచ్చారా? మీ అమ్మగారు గౌరవం నిలబెట్టారు. ఫీల్ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ మీ అబ్బాయి. గౌరవపడండి. మీ ఇద్దరు కూడా రండి. ఏంటి స్పెషలైజేషన్ ఏంటి?
Structures.
So you also become member of Institute.
Yes, immediately today.
Lot of benefits.
Madam, ready.
మీ ఇద్దరు రండి. ఓకే
Madam.
మీరు హైదరాబాద్ వచ్చినప్పుడు పట్టుకోండి. ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఇంకొక అమ్మాయి ఎవరు? మీ ఫ్రెండా? ప్లీజ్ కమ్. రండి. అవి మెమరీ కదా, మీ మెమరీ కదా.
Come.
సార్ వైపు అటు సైడ్
ఇట్లా లేకపోతే ఇది వచ్చిన వీళ్ళ మధ్యలో వచ్చేయండి. పర్వాలేదు. మధ్యలో ఆయన ఎవరు? ఓకే ఇది అందరు కవర్ అయ్యేలా చూడండి. మీ క్లాస్మేట్ మీ ఇద్దరు? మీరేం చేస్తున్నారు? నెంబర్
వాళ్ళిద్దరికి అప్లికేషన్
ఈ అమ్మాయి కూడా ఇవ్వండి. మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరైనా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ మెంబర్ అవుతారు కాబట్టి వాళ్ళ ఫీజు ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇష్యూ ఉంటే నాకు సపోర్ట్. 50% ఫీజు మీరు కట్టిన మిగిలిన 50% నేను పే చేస్తాను. సో ఎక్కువ మంది vote of thanks.
Thanks for all and congratulations to the both the students who have come here physically and taken the medal. And I thank once again Dr. Pramada also and chief guest and the today's speaker, Shyam Prasad Reddy sir, and all the members. And now it's time to hand over the proposing vote of thanks to our Honorary Secretary, Dr. G. Venkat Subbai Garu. Sir, over to G. Venkat Subbai Garu.
Good evening to all. So, respected Chief Guest, Dr. M Satyanarayana, FIE, Executive Director, HMWS and SP, and Speaker, Engineer M Shyam Prasad Reddy, FIE, Council Member, IEI and General Secretary, Telangana Retired Engineers Association, Brahma Reddy, FIE, Chairman, Brahma Reddy, Chairman, FIE, IETSC, Engineer P. Ram Reddy, FIE, Chairman, Rural Development Forum, IETSC, and the convener of the event, Dr. Pramoda, daughter of late Engineer Thirpath Reddy, past presidents, past chairman, council members, past honorary secretaries, members of Telangana State Central Committee, distinguished guests, family members of Engineer M Thirpath Reddy, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen, and also particularly the awardees and their parents and relatives. Good evening to all of you. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf,
MP.
Anamika P. Mali, daughter of Pramod Mali from National Institute of Technology, NIT, Warangal. I also thank the dignitaries, past presidents of IEI, past chairman of IETSC, past honorary secretaries of IETSC, council members, committee members, corporate members, family members of late Engineer V. Thirpath Reddy Garu, and the parents and friends of the award winners and others who made it convenient to attend this event. I also thank the representatives of media. Thanks to one and all. Now I request all of you please rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय जन गण मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
And thanks to one and all.
Thanks everybody. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. See you next year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. much.
Thank you. Shyam Prasad Reddy garu.
Thank you, Shyam Prasad Reddy garu. Thank you.
So excellent lecture, sir.
Yes.
ఒకటి మీ ఫాదర్ది
అవునమ్మా.
వారు when he was in charge of అంటే I want to share one anecdote.
Okay.
I have implemented it. I got succeeded in it. ఏంటంటే when he was executive engineer, he was in charge of one barrage on Manjira, Hyderabad drinking water ku other than Gandipet and Sagar Gaka, third source that was created that barrage.
Okay.
That is a అయితే వారికి అక్కడ వారు కట్టిస్తుంటే ఒక అతను ఆ పక్క విలేజ్ అతను ఎవరు డైలీ వచ్చి కంప్లైంట్ చేసేది అనమాట. అక్కడ వర్క్ బాగైతే లేదు, ఇక్కడ వర్క్ బాగైతే లేదు, వాళ్ళని చేసుకోనియకపోతుండే, ఆఫీస్కి వచ్చి కూర్చుంటుండే అనమాట. ఈయనని పని చేసుకోనియకపోతుండే. ఇట్లయితే ఆలోచించండి అనమాట. క్యాంప్ లో డైలీ నేను దాని ముందు నుంచి పోయే పద్ధతిలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక వర్క్ క్రియేట్ చేసి అతనికి ఇచ్చేదాం నామినేషన్ మీద అని చెప్పింది. అది ఇచ్చేసిన తర్వాత డైలీ తిరుపతి రెడ్డి గారు ఆఫీస్కి వచ్చేటప్పుడు ఆ వర్క్ చూసి దాన్ని అక్కడనే డిస్మాంటిల్ చేసి వచ్చేది అనమాట. ఏం పడుతున్నాయి అతనికి ఇంకో దగ్గర పోకుండా చేశాడు అనమాట. అందరి తప్పు పడుతావు, నీవు ఇంత వర్స్ట్ గా కడుతున్నావు, నీ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇస్ వర్స్ట్ అని చెప్పి ఇట్లా తన్ని వెళ్ళిపోతుండే అనమాట. ఇది నాకు స్వామి గారని వారి దగ్గర ఏఈగా చేసినటువంటి వారు మాకు ఈగా చేశారు. తర్వాత చేస్తే అప్పుడు వారు నాకు చెప్పారు అనమాట, ఇది సార్ ఇట్లా చేసిండు. తర్వాత అతనికి ఇంకెక్కడ పోకుండా అక్కడనే కన్ఫర్మ్ అయిపోయిండు. దాని తర్వాత ఇక నో కంప్లైంట్స్. నేను అక్కడపల్లి బ్యాలెన్స్ రిజర్వాయర్, ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్ కు వాటర్ ఇచ్చేటువంటి రిజర్వాయర్, నేను అక్కడ డీగా పనిచేసిన, ఈగా పనిచేసిన. అయితే ఒక అతను పాపం లోకల్ అతను మంచోడే, నేను తెలియకుండా కొన్ని అనవసరంగా సార్ అక్కడ అవుతుంది సార్, ఇక్కడ అట్లా అవుతుంది సార్, ఇక్కడ అవుతుంది సార్, నాకు డైలీ నేను రిపోర్ట్ వస్తుంది, నేను చేస్తున్నా. కానీ ఇతను అందరినీ సతాయించడము, పోయి మన ఆఫీస్ వచ్చి కూర్చోవడము, ఇది జరుగుతుంది. నాకు అప్పుడు స్వామి గారు చెప్పింది గుర్తొచ్చింది. అరే తిరుపతి రెడ్డి సిచ్యువేషన్ లో అతనికి వర్క్ ఇచ్చేసి డైలీ వల్ల నేనేం చేసిన అక్కడ ఒకటి దాన్ని ఏమంటారు R&R సెంటర్ అంటారు కదా, మండల హెడ్ క్వార్టర్స్ కూడా ఉండే, అందులో ఒక వర్క్ ఇచ్చిన అన్నట్టు. ఆ వర్క్ డైలీ నేను పోతుంటే నేను కాల్తో సేమ్ తిరుపతి రెడ్డి సార్ తగ్గినట్టు నేను తన్నేసి వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ వర్స్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అని చెప్పేసి, నేను చూడు ఆయన పేరు వెంకటరెడ్డి అని ఉండే, వెంకటరెడ్డి వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్, నువ్వు ఇంతమందికి నువ్వు వంక పెట్టడం, నీ పనికి ఎవరు వంక పెట్టకూడదని చనిపోతున్నా, మంచిగా చేసుకో, దగ్గరుండి అటు తిరగకు, ఎక్కడ తిరగకు, ఈయనే ఉండు.
Very nice. I'm so excited. And Shyam Prasad garu, నాకు ఎంత నాన్నని కలిసిండ్రు అంటే I'm so happy to నేను మొన్న మిమ్మల్ని మళ్ళీ ఎట్లా కలవగలుగుతా, మీ నంబర్లన్నీ నాన్న కాంటాక్ట్స్ లో వెళ్ళిపోయిండే. I'm very happy to see you. And then please మీలాంటి వాళ్ళందరూ ఉంటేనే తెలంగాణ ఇంజనీర్స్ కి కొంచెం ఇంపార్టెన్స్.
మీరు ఒకటి పని చేయాలమ్మా, మనది ఇక్కడ విద్యాసాగర్ భవన్ అని తెలంగాణ రిటైర్డ్ అసోసియేషన్ బిల్డింగ్ ఉన్నది. ఇక్కడ ఎర్రమంజిల్ దగ్గరనే, ఎర్రమంజిల్ జలసౌధ దగ్గరే. అందులో మేము ఈ తెలంగాణ రినౌండ్ ఇంజనీర్లు అందరి ఫోటోలు పెడుతున్నాము. నాన్నగారు పోర్ట్రేట్ ఒకటి నాకు అందిస్తే ఇక్కడ పెట్టేస్తాం.
తప్పకుండా నాకు బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారు, నాకు మీ కాంటాక్ట్ నంబర్ నాకు కావాలి, నేను మీకు వచ్చి కలుస్తాను మిమ్మల్ని. డెఫినెట్ గా నేను నాన్న కొన్ని రాసినవి కూడా ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ దెన్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు గివ్ దట్ టు యూ. మీరు ఆ ఫోటో అక్కడ పెడితే ఐ వుడ్ బి వెరీ గ్రేట్ఫుల్.
చెప్పండి మీ నెంబర్ చెప్పండి.
నా నంబర్ 789 34 795 00.
ఓకే,
రీస్టార్ట్ చేసేసారు అంతే కదా.
ప్లీజ్ నేను ఐ విల్ బి ఇన్ టచ్ శ్యామ్ ప్రసాద్ గారు. నేను యాక్చువల్లీ మన బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారిని కూడా అడుగుతుంటే నన్ను కాంటాక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకు అప్పుడు ప్రామిస్ చేసిన అదే ఆ ఫోటో నేను ఇవ్వాలని. సో ఐ వుడ్ రియల్లీ అప్రిషియేట్ దట్. నేను మీతో టచ్ లో ఉంటానండి. ఓకే,
మంచిదమ్మా.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody. Thanks for the institute. I was very touched and made me
Thank you.
remember my father. I'm sure he's listening from wherever he is.